Welcome to Good Mythical More. We're glad to have you for our special Slumber Party edition. Tonight, we are going to be spending some money to create the ideal slumber party.
But first, we're going to tell a 10-word story.
Catch
This
fact.
rodents
Once
believed
all
birds
understand
geography.
when
They
take.
flight.
Okay. That works. Is there applause in this thing?
Yeah.
Is there an applause button?
Catch this fact.
Professional
Rodents
mode.
once believed all birds understand geography when they take flight, which makes sense.
Yep.
How much money
They had a
do we
religion.
have?
They had a religion. We have $10. So we can buy something from each thing. We got activities, movies, pranks, and breakfast. We've done some slumber parties. I mean, it seemed like girls did more slumber parties than guys, but sometimes we'd have a guy slumber party growing up.
You mean a slumber party is when there's more than two people,
Yeah.
right?
So I remember sleeping at Adam's
say that?
house.
Oh yeah, sleepover versus a slumber
slumber
party.
party.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be the differentiation.
Us guys had some
Yeah.
sleepovers. We wouldn't have slumber parties.
What? Why?
I
You
thought that's what
only
you were
wanted.
saying. It's just
No,
constant-
no. I was saying a sleepover is like when you have one person
Oh.
over, and a slumber party you have to have more than one person.
It was interesting because we didn't like
At Adam's house, we had a slumber
Yeah,
party.
for like some people's birthdays,
Which
we
party?
would like go to the birthday party and then you would spend the night.
I hated that.
I got kids at my house all like I wake up in the morning any day, sometimes weekdays, sometimes weekends.
You got a slumber party house.
I walk down to the kitchen in my underoos. That's my underwear.
This?
And yeah, I wear a pajama. I wear this matching Mythical pajama set every night.
You try to sell it to the
And there's just
to the
like
kids.
There's just like a random teenage boy just like making something to eat for himself in my
Cold
kitchen.
pizza, cereal, pancakes, or breakfast burritos.
We are slumber party central.
I don't really care about
Most of the time, I
breakfast
don't know their names.
at a slumber party.
Dads are not supposed to know the names of their kids' friends, right?
Right. That's what I'm counting on too.
No, I do know their names. For a long time, I didn't. If you come over twice, I'm not. You don't count yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
three
gotta-
times.
But what is that Okay, you're in your underwear. There's a strange teenage boy. You don't know that teenage boy's name. So is the appropriate thing to do to be like, "Hello"?
I don't talk to him.
Oh, okay, you just you just ignore each other. In
No,
the
I'm just
kitchen.
like, "What's up, man?"
What's up?
What's your name? Or no, you don't ask because you don't
If they've
care.
been there 3 times, I ask them their name.
Oh, you have to have been there 3 times before you ask, or before you know, before you even ask.
6 times before I know.
Okay, so your question is more like, how many times have you been here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a third timer?
You've been hanging around. What's most important in your mind? Activity, movie,
Food.
prank, or breakfast?
Breakfast.
No, really?
Yeah. Because
The party's over by then. That's the least important.
But you're
thing.
thinking about it. If you're me, you're thinking about it the whole time.
Okay, well, pick your breakfast.
But I will
first.
say that almost every one of these options is pretty enjoyable to me.
Well, you get to choose something, but where are you going to spend the most money? I think between movies or activity, pranks are fun, but that's like icing on the cake. I'm going to spend my first money on what is light as a feather, stiff as a board again? That's $3. Is that like a seance type thing, like a
It's when
spooky?
you lift someone up to Satan.
Oh, but a Ouija board is more fun than that, and it's cheaper.
I'm definitely going Ouija board because it's a great activity. Never gets old.
You know what's also a great activity is the activity that the belly itcher, not a pitcher, has to do.
Which is
You gotta scratch the winner's belly.
are you itching?
Oh yeah, I got a bad itch. There's only one way to solve it. How many times have you been over?
Twice. I don't want you to know my
okay,
name.
Okay.
After I'm doing that.
Okay.
Like a dog.
I don't make-
I'll do that more if you need it.
I don't make the teenage boys scratch my belly. Okay, just want to clear that up. Not starting any rumors.
I'm gonna go with the. Well, do I want truth or dare? Because what can come out of that? There's not any like makeout games because it's not co-ed.
I'm not thinking it's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Slumber
No.
parties that we had, you were thinking about makeout games?
Well, no.
There were never any girls there except for at one time. That one time in high school at Michael's house.
And that's what I'm thinking about.
It was a good night. It was a good night.
What do we call that game? Turn off the lights, and when we turn them back on, everybody's removed an article.
Everyone
of
has
clothing.
removed an article of clothing.
I don't know. We never named the game,
I
but
believe I came up with it, but I didn't name it.
yeah.
And everyone did it.
we turn the lights off, turn back on. Everybody remove an article of clothing.
How far did it go?
Underwear.
The girls got into their underwear.
Wow.
And
In
then-
Bowie's Creek?
It was wild.
I was like, boy, I feel so powerful right now.
And then I
It
think
was all limited to underwear. Oh no, that you're too old. Sorry, I forgot.
did we
Yeah, that's right. But then his mom knocked on the door. Remember that?
I don't remember. I thought that's when we went skinny dipping.
No. She knocked on the door and everybody put their clothes back on real fast.
That's the ending to the game.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Ouija board over truth or dare because
Yeah, right choice.
it's not co-ed.
I'm gonna, in thinking about food, cold pizza is, I don't like it, but waking up to pancakes, it's a meal that has to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? There's something about ending a party with like somebody's
Mom,
mom or dad making a big thing of pancakes. That's better than just people just getting into the cereal.
This is the other thing I'm going to ask. You have a strange teenage boy in your house who is alone in your kitchen, just using it as if, like, what's changed here? I feel as if I would not do that activity at the house of, someone that you're sleeping over at. You have to stay in your place. You can barely go pee. You have to hold it. Your stomach's growling until they wake up and they take you downstairs.
We have a very, you know my wife. You know my wife. She is everyone's favorite, and she's so welcoming. She's so hospitable, and she has created an environment in her home in which people feel very welcome.
like a hostel.
And then I'm just the other guy. I'm just the adult man who walks around at my matching mythical set, asking questions to these teens.
But when you were going to sleepover parties.
Oh, I would have never gone and made myself.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I would have never done that. It was a different era.
Yeah,
Different
yeah.
era.
What do I want next? Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the prank next. And prank phone calls. Boy, that's fun. I wasn't great at it. They would always.
We always figure
we
out
would
it was you when you.
Yeah,
got on the
because we
phone.
would call people, like we'd call the parents of people that we didn't like. And we would prank the parents or the kids.
Yeah.
We'd try to prank the kid that we didn't like, but if the parents answered, we'd just go with it.
My brother was really good at it. I was pretty
Yeah.
good at it, and you were really bad at it.
Yeah. They put me on the phone, and immediately he's like, "Hey, Link,
Yeah, right. You always gave us up.
this isn't Link, but I've succeeded in making you think it is." That's what I should have said, but I
Yeah, right.
didn't.
That would have been a real curveball.
I love a good prank call. I'm gonna go with that for $3.
The putting someone's hand in warm water does not work. I've tried it multiple times.
What you need to do is you need to have a second bowl of warm water that someone else is pouring on the crotch, so at least they think it worked.
I'm gonna go. I don't. I mean, writing penis on someone's forehead is like. I don't like when somebody has to go home with that. You know what I'm saying?
You like ice in the sleeping bag?
I'm going with you on prank phone calls because those are super duper fun.
Super duper duper duper.
I don't remember. I feel like all the quote pranks that the girls would do were actually like in an effort to like see your parts or like it would be like
See your part?
Well, I remember being in the shower and they would like toss in a cold thing of water and like poke their head and I'm like, you're just trying to. I don't know. There's something weird about the way girls try and quote prank each other. It's like they're trying to educate, you know? It's like a backhanded education. Maybe it's just me though.
Show me yours. Yeah.
I've never had that experience. No one's ever thrown cold water on me and then stuck their head in the shower.
No, me neither. But I've been to many slumber parties where we've watched CNN all night. I can't do that.
So how much money do I have left here?
Lord of the Rings trilogy?
I've only got $2 left.
I mean, that's a challenge through the night. But Scream is really fun. Even, I don't like Scream though. But it's fun in a sleepover environment.
I think I don't like any of these options because I can't afford either. I can't afford the horror movie or Lord of the Rings. Scream would be my go-to, but that would be $11.
You might as well get more food.
I don't care about food.
Because I'm going to go. What
for
we're going to
Scream.
do at my slumber party is we're not going to watch anything. We're going to, right when you would start a horror movie, we're going to go outside. That's what we always did at my slumber parties. You go outside.
Like Flashlight War?
You get into something. You play a game outside, or you go to the country club gate and harass the gate attendant.
I really thought, so you just don't have money to choose Scream, because like having a horror movie, you and your mama watch the horror movies, but you wouldn't make me watch them. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I didn't watch them with like groups of kids at home either. Never did that.
I would only watch a horror movie in a group, if forced to. So that's what I've done.
$2.
Move this so I don't spill it.
So we're going to have cereal with our pancakes.
Wow, 2 options, huh? Okay, so
Starchy morning.
what am I left with? What am I left with? 6, 7, 8. I can take another $2, or I can take 2 $1. So we can.
Don't have a talent show.
I don't want a talent show.
My belly is itching a little bit. Can you be more into it?
Oh yeah,
There you go.
so into it.
There you go.
I'm so into it.
Man, don't be that into it. Somewhere in the middle.
I'm so into it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm so into it.
Okay, a little bit lower. Not too much. Not too low. Just right. Yeah, right. Right. It was a little ticklish.
Okay, I'm done because you were done. I am going to get. It's picking it up. I am going to circle. We're gonna have a big prank night. I'm gonna put hand in water, and like I said, crotch it.
You're not eating anything?
No, just send them home packing, man. It's a good way to get them out of the house. Oh, you're hungry? Well, go somewhere. You don't want them hanging around in the morning. The next morning of a slumber party, it's no longer the slumber party.
Well, when these teens spend the night at my house, they wake up at like no earlier than 11. Sometimes they're there until like the next day, like, or not. That's not when the day doesn't change at noon. They're through into the afternoon sometimes. So you just have to make
You
them
got to
lunch.
get them out of there, man.
Are you interviewing me now?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I don't feel like I want to be a representative for this cause.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing the matching Mythical set. I wear it every night and sometimes during the day, like today.
You like when boys hang out at your house?
No, I do not. I distinctly do not like that.
Have any strange boys in your house seen you in your pajamas?
No comment.
Link, do you have strange teenagers that appear in your house in the morning?
No.
They're not into
Lando doesn't have
sleepovers.
sleepovers. He doesn't have.
I respect that.
He likes his own space.
I really respect that. Yeah.
He'll hang out with people and then he'll be like, "Peace out. I'm going to my bed when I want to. I'm waking up when I want to, and when I get up to eat the breakfast that I want, I don't have to try to get you to leave passive aggressively."
It is a weird concept. Like, I want you to sleep next to me.
Well, they don't.
Are you talking what?
At my parties?
The concept of a sleepover.
At Shepherd's
Oh,
parties, it's not. Shepard's room is so dirty all the time that they don't actually use his room. They sleep all over the house.
His room's too
There'll
dirty.
be like 3 of them in the living room. There'll be like 1 in the. There's another room with a couch. It's just like random. It's like a hostel.
That's what I said.
It's like an overflowing hostel.
So
And sometimes Shepard will be like the only one in his room, and then the other kids are just spread throughout the home.
that ain't bad.
Sometimes he's probably not there, I'm guessing.
Leaves.
I try not to keep up with it too closely.
I try not to keep up with my kids, is what he's saying.
I can track the location of my son though.
You talk about his room being dirty though. When we had a party over there, and like right when I got there, I was catching up with Shep and talking about his record collection. And I was like, yeah, I want to see it. And he was like, oh, you want to see it? He was like, okay. And then we started going upstairs, and then he turned around and he was like, just let me tidy things up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I went back down to the party, and then like 2 hours later,
Right. Yeah.
he's like, I'm like, can I look at your record collection? He's like, just almost. And because of that conversation, Jesse was so happy.
Jesse was
because
like, this is the first time he's cleaned his room in months.
he cleaned his entire room just so me and Lando could look at his record collection.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was small.
No, the
meaningful.
cleanliness
It was
of
small
the
and
room.
curated.
It was very curated. It was cool. He had a very fancy Gambino album. I don't know. His room seemed fine to me when I went in there.
Yeah,
but
after
it was
2 hours of
2
cleaning.
hours of work.
I try not to be one of those parents who just insist on the kids.
It's
I'm
their
just like,
space.
it's your space. Just like learn your own lessons in there. Don't expect me to ever come in there though.
Yeah.
It's like if you're constantly on them about cleaning the room.
You got to choose your battles.
Yeah,
And
I'm just like, okay, whatever, man. You'll figure it out.
there are things. I mean, a little bit of hygiene goes a long way, but like the body hygiene, we push harder on that than the room hygiene.
Yeah, he doesn't have an issue with that.
Yeah. But that's more of like when you're in middle school and you don't know what's happening to your body.
How to wash.
How to wash and how much you actually stink.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. How much you actually stink. How much do you actually stink?
Not a lot, actually.
Because,
I wash.
all right. Any shout outs you wanna give?
I want to shout out to any of the kids who've been to my house more than 6 times.
Because their names are. Ander? Isn't there like they all have weird names like Ander and like
No.
Persimmon Man, and they're like LA, like weird school, like art school kid names, like
Okay.
Jaguar the Third.
It's not Ander, it's Xander. And we do not have a persimmon as far as I know. But if your name is Persimmon, I will not forget it.
Aqua Boy Junior.
I don't think we have any boys who have the name Boy in their name. I think
Silly. Isn't there a girl named Silly?
yeah, we have a Silly. No, we don't.
Not a bad name for a girl.
Silly. Silly Neil. The perfect way to elevate all of your meals, the Last Meals bar set is available now at mythical.com.